What's up, everybody? Ninja Nick here with Tactical Gaming, bringing you guys once again another video. And once again, it's about the ATF and their overreach, their willful violation. That's literally willful violation that greatly affects public safety. Ben Cline, let's get into this.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm looking at your requests for budget increases. Some of them to parts of your budget over 10%, 12% increase in your salaries.
10 to 12% increase in their salaries for what? What? When do you see something in the news? Oh, ATF stops, drug runners. ATF, arrested a slew of gang members for having illegal guns. ATF stopped a bomb threat. ATF. You don't see anything in the news about the ATF doing anything, do you? But yet they want 10 to 12% higher wages. No.
And mismanagement within your agency.
Put it this way. They want someone who knows stuff about guns. Hire me. I mean, I'll be the ATF director. I'll make sure that, gun laws are actually being followed by everybody. I'll make sure that my agents are actually very, very, up to date on gun laws and, current guns and manufacturer processes and, programs and everything. But, oh wait, I don't think the Democrats want someone who knows what they're doing, because then they might actually stand as opposition against the Democrats.
Information and the seizure of firearms. First, I want to talk about last year's IG report. Audit of the Bureau of ATF, explosive firearm disposal practice, and how your agency lost thousands of guns and gun parts in your possession.
They didn't lose them. They were robbed. Someone showed up, said, "Give me your stuff." ATF said, "Okay." What?
As the report notes, since September 2015, the ATF has utilized the National Disposal Branch,
2015,
National Firearms and Ammunition Destruction Branch, to centralize and streamline the disposal process of 430 and ATF-owned firearms. Each year, the ATF destroys thousands of firearms at the NDB. The IG undertook the audit following the discovery that thousands of firearms, firearm parts, and ammunition had been stolen from the NFOD from 2016 to 2019. The theft perpetrated by
2016 to 2019. 3 years. Thousands of parts, guns, ammo.
Former contract security guards stationed at your ATF facility in Martinsburg, West Virginia, were found by accident during a traffic stop. And the report stated further that the ATF has implemented new control procedures to reduce the risk, but the ATF has not implemented all improvements to NDB operations recommended over 3 years ago.
Oh.
Director, what type of security procedures are required by private gun dealers, and what would happen if a private dealer stored guns on top of vaults instead of inside them, or left keys lying around, maybe even propped exterior doors open, or left a wide array of guns available for just anyone to grab?
I'll give you the simple answer. Arrested. If you were stupid enough to leave your guns out and laying around and not locked up, not, have the keys on you or hidden somewhere or anything else, your guns would be taken from you. You would be fined. And you would do some jail time. But, oh wait, they work for federal government, so they're exempt. No one should be exempt. Matter of fact, why is there not? So we have IA, right? Why not have that for the ATF? Why not have that for the FBI? Why not have that for Congress and all that other kind of stuff? Because a lot of these people are corrupt as all hell. They're getting their money from China or Russia, private companies and all this other kind of stuff. George Soros.
As this was done at your Martinsburg facility.
With respect to what happened at Martinsburg, from what I understand, from reviewing the reports and talking to individuals, as you say, there was a criminal activity that we were victimized by at ATF, and out of that came increased security and controls we have, which we work which we do have and are working.
He stuttered. That's generally a sign of, being nervous, trying to like think of a specific word because he can't, because he's just trying to come up with anything that kind of sounds semi smart. Now, granted, he wasn't the director, or as far as I know, a part of ATF when that happened. Which, I mean, he's not at fault for that, but he is at fault for not making sure that what Congress actually asked them to do to get done, so that this wouldn't happen again. They haven't done it,
To make
but they
sure
want more money.
Obviously, you're correct. There was a vulnerability. The vulnerability was addressed. I think we all would wish the vulnerability would be addressed beforehand.
Yeah.
With respect to your question about people in the firearms industry, gun dealers. Mm-hmm. So we work together with the NSSF in partnership to try to make sure we're doing our best to support and educate firearms dealers on having secure stores, the things that they can do. ATF responds to every single burglary or robbery of a firearms dealer in the United States.
Well, they're required to notify you within 48 hours, right?
And hopefully
yes.
It's quicker and we go that
yes.
way. Because
if you're a firearms dealer and you're robbed, right, and it's due to the fact that you were incompetent and you had your stuff not locked up like it's supposed to be, you not only are fined, you lose your FFL license, and you are subject to criminal trial, meaning they're going to investigate you, and if they find out that, it was due to negligence, they're going to fine you and maybe, throw you in jail for a year, more than likely just fine you, but you lose your business. You lose your FFL license, meaning you can never get that again, like ever again. Once you lose your FFL license, it's like losing your ability to be a doctor, your doctor's license or whatever. You just can't. But yet, ATF, which right there should have been a big warning sign back then that they need to be, either abolished or definitely rectified, clean it out and rebuild it up. You know what I mean?
those are serious crimes. There is a range among firearms dealers in terms of how much security they implement.
Well, I'm glad you think it was serious, what happened at your Martinsburg facility. Now, you've implemented, or you're attempting to implement, a new zero-tolerance policy. Would you deem this a willful violation that greatly affects public safety and ATF's ability to trace firearms recovered in violent crimes, for which a revocation of the FFL's license would be the end result of such a violation? If we saw the same thing that happened at your Martinsburg facility happen with an FFL under your zero tolerance policy, wouldn't you move against their license immediately?
Yes.
There are 5 specific violations that are set forth as
it is a yes.
Enforcement initiative. I don't think any of them relates to the storage of firearms.
Yes, it does.
Yes,
it does.
If somebody's willfully doing that, but the key word that Congress has told us is we can only revoke, have the power to revoke if somebody's engaging in a willful violation.
So raise your hand if you've ever been to a gun store. Right? So are guns just there willy-nilly for people to grab? Or are they generally protected by, metal cords that you would literally have to get, bolt cutters to break, right? They have those go through the triggers. Okay? They will literally have guns in glass cases. The guns will have locks on them. Okay? So, if you've ever been to a gun store, then you know that the gun store is required by law to keep it locked up. And if they don't have cases or anything else that are, lockable, and they don't have individual locks on their guns, whether it's handguns or not, they have to put them in a safe. They have to put them in a safe, because if they are robbed and ATF acquires their video footage, which they would literally get a court order to gain access to video footage from the FFL, and the FFL is required to have working cameras. They would go, oh, hey, look, you left these just out. You're now fined, you're losing your FFL, and you might do jail time. He's just like, oh, well, no. ATF is going to be held at the same standard as everyone else because you are a law enforcement agency, right? The law was broken.
So it's things like we contact you for a trace and you say, no, I'm not going to respond. You supply a firearm to a prohibited person. You fail to run a required background check. There's 2 more. But even those...
No FFL does that.
So
Every FFL does a background check, period.
Got numbers on this, Congressman, and about half the people who proceeded to their hearing, actually, there was no revocation. So we're very careful to try to evaluate the evidence impartially to determine who is willfully violating the law.
Well, let's move on. I think we should apply the same zero tolerance policy and give you all due process.
Yes.
The same way
yes.
You're moving against FFLs.
Yes. Oh, yes.
As you know, FFLs have to give all of their firearm transactions records to ATF once they go out of business in an OBRA database. And prior to President Biden taking office, FFLs were allowed to destroy these records after 20 years, but a new rule mandates that they be kept in perpetuity now. And this is a concern that ATF is taking a backdoor approach to creating a federal firearms registry.
Which is illegal.
To the contrary. So I think that we have a problem with that, especially since you can't determine the number of prosecutions resulting from completed crime gun trace requests. We learned this in a letter that you responded to yesterday that was over a year old. So I would urge you to be swifter in your responses to this committee and actually
honest.
Consider the impact of
the gentleman has expired.
But yeah, just more hypocrisy, more BS, more like, oh, hey, look, because we work for the federal government, we work for Biden at this moment in time, they're untouchable. At least that's what they think. This is where I literally once again say we need to show the government who runs this country. We need to show the government that this is our country. And I say, once again, we need to boycott working for one day. Yeah, I mean, I still say emergency services and stuff like that should definitely run. But at the same time, why not choose one day where everything's closed? No grocery stores are open, no nothing. Because the thing is, if the government, if they can sit there and shut our economy down for however long, and they've done it for more than one day, right? And the only reason why everything kept running, which was proof to the fact that it's the people that keep everything running, everyone was still going to work. Everyone was still making money. All they were worried about was how much of our money is the government going to take. So, how much of a shitstorm would it be? How much do you think they would poo in their pants if the people of the United States said one huge protest of, I ain't going to work today? The economy across the board would take a hit, and everyone would be like, oh, crap. Right? Everybody. And I mean companies, meaning companies like Walmart, Kroger, Target. Maybe they'll definitely be a little bit smarter on how they treat, one, their associates. Because a lot of these stores act as if their associates are just easily replaceable. They're just a number. That's literally all you are to a company, right? Basically, how this government sees us is we're just a number. That's it. You are just a paycheck to them. Our hard work is what lines their pockets, right? So, how much do you think they would get scared if people just didn't go to work for one day? And I mean one day. Because, I mean, if they can sit there and shut our economy down and be like, oh, well, because we can't agree, we're shutting the economy down, which they've done several times, we can do that too. Except if we do it, is legit shut down. You know what I mean? But like this guy, Ben Cline, you did a good job. I'm seeing a lot of people from the GOP who are literally tooth and nail taking it to him. Keep at it, guys. Like, this is what we want to see. Like, this is what we want to see from our lawmakers. Like, we want to see better from you guys. We really do. So hopefully, you know, the lawmakers remove their head from their sphincter and start listening. But of course, that's a very big, tall order. So, well, that's it for this video. Spread the word, and I definitely say we should definitely boycott the government for a little bit. And I mean, one day, no work, no nothing. Like, hey, guess what? This is our country, guys, not yours. You do what we say. You're there because of us. So just listen. That's all we ask. Just listen. Listen to our voices. You know what I mean? And I mean, they're different voices. They're all over the place. But you know what? The one thing everyone wants, we want a peaceful country. We are tired of this division, and we are tired of all the violence that's going on in all these Democratic run cities and states. We need to stop it. Like, share, subscribe, get the word out there. Hopefully, you all have a great day, great night, great evening, all that great stuff. Catch me for the next one. Later.